guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and tonight I am so excited because I am doing another collab. I have so enjoyed doing collabs this year and I'm doing more, so if you want to join a collab or you want to do something with me, let me know. I love doing things. I've got some ideas coming up maybe for some specific nail ones, so stay tuned for that. But this one is actually the same group of girls that I did my highlighter collab with. So if you didn't see it, I'm going to pop a picture up here and I'm going to link it below. So it's going to be Michelle Malibu, Solitary Misfit, and MVNAILPERSON. So JOANN is one of my good friends on YouTube, and we decided we wanted to do another collab. So tonight we are going to be doing the top 5 makeup palette. So our top 5, we're just going to go through, talk about what they are and why. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you want to check out the other girls, please do. They will be linked down below so you can see their top 5 palettes as well. And without further ado, we're going to get started. Okay guys, so my first palette that I want to talk about is special to me for a couple of different reasons, and it is the Urban Decay Original Naked palette. So it has this kind of like velvety texture, which I'm not a fan of that, but I love this palette for so many reasons. So when I first started getting into makeup and YouTube and really learning about makeup, this was the first high-end palette I ever purchased. I had done a lot of research and I just thought that this has so many shades in it. They seem to be good quality. You could make a ton of different looks with it. So I thought, gosh, $50, that's really expensive. So I asked for it for Christmas and I put it on my Christmas wish list, and my mom actually was the one who wanted to get this for me. And what happened was that she ended up buying it and loving it so much, she ended up keeping it for herself. So I actually did not get this for Christmas. After I came home for Christmas, she sent me one. She ordered it and had it sent to me. But I think it just goes to show, like, my mom stole my Christmas present, but she loves this palette too. And so let me show you it without further ado. I just really think that it's a very neutral palette, but you really have some beautiful browns and golds, and if you like darker colors you can smoke these out with this dark black and silver. But if you really look closely, I have really stayed with a lot of these lighter shades, and that's really because when I first started out, this is solely what I was using, and it was also I was scared to really get into too many of the dark colors. So I really have heavily used Virgin, Sin, and Naked. Those are like my 3 holy grails. Naked is like my perfect crease shade. I have used that one so much. But I highly recommend, like, Buck is another really good darkening shade. Half Baked and Smog are really good, like bronzy gold and darker bronze colors. I really need to come back to this palette. I have really gotten away from it just because I have spent so much time purchasing new palettes, reviewing palettes, trying new things, but this is my holy grail original. I think if you're a newbie and you want to start looking for a palette that's going to be really versatile but really neutral, super work appropriate. This is like the ultimate work appropriate palette, or school. If you don't really want to get too much into color but you want some bronzy colors, you want some light colors, this is my favorite. Yes, it is expensive, but it is worth it and it will last you a long time because I have heavily used it and I still haven't hit pan. It's been a while, but this is definitely one I need to revisit, and it is definitely in my top 5 favorites. Okay guys, next up is a very affordable palette. This is the BH Cosmetics Essential Eyes 28 Color Eyeshadow Palette. This is a really great, again, very neutral, but very good quality and very good size. I mean, these shadows are really big. This is an affordable palette. Like I said, you can get it from bhcosmetics.com, and they have shimmers, they have mattes, they have kind of satins. I really have enjoyed this for neutral looks. When I was really into, I'm still into them, I use neutral looks all the time, but I really enjoyed some of these colors. I will swatch a few of them for you, but they're soft and they're pigmented. pigmented. And this is, I think, like a less than $10 palette if I'm remembering correctly. But I really think it's definitely worth a look if you're looking for, you know, neutral shadows, neutral palettes. But oh my gosh, like for less than 10 bucks, that pigment, it's soft, it's quality, and I find them to be decently long wearing. I always wear an eye primer with any of my shadows, but I came across BH Cosmetics when I was looking for brushes. I happened to find this palette, and like I said, it's a pretty decent size. It's quite large with really good sized shadow pans, and the quality is there for a really good price. So I think it's just one of those that it's a go-to. And again, I haven't pulled this out in a hot minute either, and I really need to, because the quality is really good for the price on this thing. In fact, I really need to look up more BH Cosmetics palettes, but this again is the Essential Eyes 28 color. Highly recommend this one. Okay guys, another really fun palette, from the packaging to the colors to the brand, is the Too Faced PBJ palette. So not only is it absolutely adorable, you've got your little toast, he has a little jelly mouth. This is so cute. I love the packaging. I love these tins. They're nice, and you know, they have a little magnetic clasp. They have a little brochure that gives you 3 different looks you can do with this palette. They actually like teach you to go row by row and use it as an entire look. And one of the things I think I love about this palette is this is the first palette that I've actually done a look for every 3 looks. So if you want to look at them, you can go back. I will link them below. I did a look for all 3 of these. I love it. It's not for everybody. These are definitely really warm brown colors, and to be honest, when I first started, you can see that those first 2 palettes I showed you were super nude. No color, really basic. The most we had is gold and bronze. This is definitely way further out of that realm, and I think that's just because I have kind of moved along and I have accepted color and wearable color. Like, I can wear these to work without making it too crazy. So let me give you just an up close look. I just think these are such fun colors. These are extremely wearable. This shade right here, this is called Bananas. Oh, it is so pretty. It's like this like light gold. Let me get it down here. It's a gorgeous color. I know it's light, it's not showing up too great, but peanut butter or peanut brittle and Nuts About You, I mean, they're really nice, like, again, warm brown shades. I'm a big fan, and I just thought the concept of a peanut butter and jelly palette was fun. It's just a fun palette. So that is, again, in my top 5 right now. I used it a lot. I definitely, like I said, did all 3 looks with it. I've done my own looks with it. I love this thing, and I just think it's so cute and so unique, and that's one of the reasons why Too Faced is one of my favorite high-end brands right now, is because they do so much fun stuff. And they, if you don't follow their CEO slash creative director, it's Jared Blandino, and he's on Instagram. He always gives sneak peeks. He's such a good person. Like, he has a YouTube channel, and he's always so positive and sharing positive messages. You have to check him out. And again, you're just gonna love Too Faced even more when you kind of hear where he gets inspired by things, and just some of the things that he's involved with Too Faced is just, again, keeping it positive, keeping it light, being creative, and being fun, which is what makeup really should be about. Alright, next up on my palette journey, this is a recent addition to my collection, and again, it is another Too Faced palette. This is the original chocolate bar palette. Another thing I forgot to mention, all of Too Faced products, most of them smell like cocoa powder and hot chocolate. So even the PB&J palette smelled like that, and so does this one. This one I think was the kickoff of having it smell like chocolate. So this one has been highly reviewed, highly talked about on Facebook. It's gotten a ton of hype, and for some reason I just never felt the need to have it. It's been around for a while now. They've come out with multiple palettes since this. There's a semi-sweet palette, but anyway, let me show you why I like this. First off, I like the actual packaging design. I mean, first off, hello, it's a chocolate bar. But they give you really good pan sizes. These are bigger. Like, they don't look that big, I think, on screen, but if you swatch this in the store, these are really good size shadows. There's a wonderful mix of matte browns, which are perfect for blending creases and blending the outer V. There's some really gorgeous, Marzipan is like one of my favorite like rosy light pink shades. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. What's another good one? Creme Brulee is a beautiful bronze. Really, really pretty. Give you a swatch here. The quality is great on Too Faced shadows. The pigment is there, they're soft, they're buttery, and then not only that, they think about their packaging. So these bars are quite bigger because one is a white matte, white chocolate, and one is a champagne truffle, which is kind of like a pink champagne color. And they know that you're going to use those lighter shades more, maybe for inner corner or brow bone highlight or maybe all over the lid. So they think about those types of things. This one has a lot of warm brown shades. It has a nice deep kind of like maroon burgundy shade, but you can get a lot of wearable looks with this. You can also do some fun looks. There's like a pop of pink here. There's a really interesting shade called Candied Violet. It's this weird like purple with sparkle. Let me see if I can give you a little swatch of that one. It's not as good as the rest of that color, but still, I use this on an everyday basis. The quality is there. Again, the uniqueness of this brand is there. I'm a big fan, and I'm kind of surprised, especially since I love browns. I'm kind of surprised I didn't want this earlier. I'm not really sure why. I didn't want it for a long time, and now I'm really happy I have it because I do think it's high quality and I could get a ton of use out of this. And I still think while a lot of them are warm brown shades, I still think you can do a few looks with this, and I think you can go lighter, and I also think you can go darker because they really give you that variety and you have what you need to do a total look. I think that's another important thing that I might have forgotten to mention, but all of the palettes I'm showing you, you can do a complete look with them. You don't need supplemental palettes, and I think that's also one thing I look for when I look for a good quality palette, is having everything you need without having to get other shadows out to make a complete look. Okay guys, my last palette that I'm going to talk about that is in my top 5 favorites right now. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. It is the Becca Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette that no, you cannot get anymore because they discontinued it because people got so upset that these eyeshadows were not as good quality as their other kind of similar packaging type eyeshadows. The reason for that is they outsourced it to China. They didn't do them in their US factories. The quality was not as good as the US factories, but it's still good. I love mine. I know there was some discrepancies. Some people said they got terrible ones with no pigment. Mine are super pigmented and are really like, I truly love the look I create. Now, here's what it looks like. It comes with a mirror. And these are the 5 shades that you get. I am in love with all of these shades. First and foremost, this is called Champagne Toast. This is probably one of my all-time favorite lid shades. And I love this like deep kind of purple. It's called Bordeaux. So let me swatch those for you. Put that right here. I mean, those are pigmented. You cannot deny that. Mine, I guess I got a good one. It's so unfortunate that they pulled this. What they should have done, in my opinion, is they should have discounted it because they probably dumped a ton of these shadows or a ton of these palettes. I just really like the look that I create with this. I pretty much create one look. I'm not even gonna lie. I create one look and I use all of these shadows in the one look that I do. This goes all over my eyes. This is my inner corner highlight. This is my crease shade. This is my outer corner shade. And then this is my outer corner deepening shade. I love the look I create with this. I actually did a look with it. I'll link it and put it here so you can see it if you want to. I'm so sad you can't get this, but I truly, truly love this palette. When I got it, I wore this non-stop, and again, talking about it now makes me want to bust it out and wear it every day again because I really, really love that kind of champagne gold but kind of purple brown look. I don't know, like it's just one of my all-time favorite looks that I've ever done, and to me it was pretty good. I'm so glad I got it when I did. I'm so sorry you can't get it now. Hopefully someday they will come out with something similar again because it's absolutely beautiful, and I love it. So guys, those are my top 5 makeup palettes. I'm not really sure if I have them in any order to be exact. I just think I use them for different reasons, for different purposes. When I'm feeling a little bit more colorful, I pull out my Too Faced ones. When I'm feeling a little bit more neutral, I stick to the Nakeds, I stick to the BH Cosmetics. And when I feel like just looking a little bit special, I go for my Becca Jaclyn Hill one. Those are what I picked. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out the ladies that I have linked below that are also in this collab to learn about your top 5 or their top 5 palettes. Let me know your top 5 palettes in the comments below if you want to share. I love talking about makeup, so I will talk to you in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!